Hey guys, Jared with Chiliad Mystery Deck Guru, and today we're going to take you on a beginner's guide of the Mount Chiliad mystery. Now, the first thing to take into note here is that you want to have 100% playthrough on the GTA 5 game. Within that 100% playthrough, you're going to come across some UFO references, some alien references, some cults, all sorts of weird stuff that all kind of accumulates and fits into the mystery in its own little way. And we're going to try to scratch the surface with the obvious here today. So let's just describe the mural, what we got here. We got what appears to be a mountain with a shack on top, with some thunderbolts, some parts that are in red. We got X's. We got an eye figure of some kind at the top. The bottom left corner there, we have a UFO, a egg with a crack in it, which appears to be on like some kind of pedestal. It's got a flat portion there, and a Rocket Man slash Jetpack Man, where the line at the bottom there connects to the UFO, which is kind of interesting. Kind of unfigured out portion of the mural at this point. But let's start with the obvious here. The X's. It's something that we'd like to know. What are the X's? Well, what we're going to do is go visit what we believe the X's are. And for someone who's just starting with the mystery in the mural, this is going to be a great place for you to just hang out and watch for the next few minutes, and we'll get you caught up on what the X's mean and what the mural currently means and what we have solved on the mural. So let's start with the X's first. First things first, notice the orientation that they are laid out in, and they have all sorts of branches and, looks like tangents of some kind, pathways leading from one to another. People have thought maybe there's tunnels inside the mountain, but currently no, there's no tunnels inside the mountain. So let's just go jump right into it and go to our first place. I have some markers here on the map, and we're going to jump to our first one. And this is what I believe one of the X's is corresponding to. We're going to use some mods here today also to get us around the map faster so this video isn't god-awful long. So here we are. I went and teleported, and I teleported somewhere special. And right there, if you notice, that's the first glyph that gives us a little bit of information. And it's not really too much, it just kind of looks like the top of the mural. It's the first eye at the top of the mural, except it only has 3 ticks around it, not 7. That's about all we can really take from this particular glyph, but it's located here on the map, right here, right off the road. It's the only one that's kind of off-center from the rest of them. We don't get much information out of it except for there's an eye of some kind and 3 ticks above it. That's pretty much all we get. Let's go ahead and just keep on trucking to the next one here. We're going to do this quickly with mods. It's going to teleport. I have all these places pre-marked for us, so it's nice and quick, painless. Go ahead and mark right there. And teleport. Alright, now where do we teleport to here? So we've teleported to the second one. And it's kind of like the first. It's faded in a way. We can only see 2 of the ticks above the eye, and about half of it's missing right there. Again, we can't take too much away from this one. It's just a repeat of the other one. It's just faded a little bit. Not much to see. Doesn't really tell us too much about what's going on. But we see a nice view of the mountain, and it's kind of in a really hard place to get to. So be careful when you're going to get it. But that one is also located right here. So keep on trucking here to this one. That's the waypoint. Teleport on over. Now from this point, there's a little Easter egg that's been brought up. I'm going to go ahead and show it real quick while I got it in line right here, and it's the easy way of seeing it. There's a Dickon drawn on the mountain here. Just give me a second to find it. There he is. You can see it right there on our screen. It's just, and we're going to head up there in a second and get a closer look at it. But that one there isn't really much to deal with. It doesn't have much to do with the mystery. It's more of a unspoken Easter egg from a developer. It was once his face, and it was changed from his face to what we're about to look at, which is a Dickon. It's the only thing I can really come up with. And it's drawn in a very particular spot. You can't get to it. I'm using no clip here. And take a good look at it. And yeah, that's what I mean by Dickon. It's literally a dick with legs. Looks like beak at the end there. So that's the Dickon. And that was just a spot that we could see it from. Well, let's go to the next glyph here. Alright, now this one, we get a little bit of more information from before. Before we just had the eye with the 3 ticks above it, and now we have a cloud. What appears to be 3 raindrops underneath. Raining. Not really sure what it means in general at this point if it's our first time playing through. We just got this eye and rain. Well, the rain is a condition that needs to be met in order to unlock what's at the top of the mountain here. So we got all these glyphs. This one here, first 2 were just the eye, almost like a faded eye. And then this third one here is a cloud with rain. In between, we looked at a little Easter egg of the Dickon that was left behind by, we believe, David Dixon. He's a Rockstar developer. So let's jump on. Let's just keep going down the path of the X's here and what they may or may not mean. But we have 5 of these glyphs to explore, and we have 5 X's on the mural. So that's everyone's best guess. This one here is one that you can see. It has like a shape of a mountain almost, with a pathway up to a shack, and above the shack there's our eye. All this really tells us is that maybe where to be, and that's kind of what it does, is it tells us to get up to the top of the mountain. Get up to the top of the mountain. That's our location. So we got a clue of rain. We have a clue of location, which is the top of the mountain, that we were able to take out of this one. And then again, the eye is followed on all 4 of the glyphs we have taken a peek at so far. This is always there, so hopefully we can figure out what this eye is by the end. Let's just go ahead and jump over to the last one. And here's our last one. This one's a little tricky, so I'm going to go ahead and no clip out to it. Sorry, I lost it there for a second. Okay, here it is. So we have the eye with 3 ticks above it. Then we have 3 marks with a crescent moon. What most have believed this leads to is a time condition of 3 a.m. at night. And again, we have the eye at the top there. So, our path tells us to go to the top of the mountain. And from the top of the mountain, it should be 3 a.m. and raining with our 100% file. That would be the best way to go about things. Getting this to spawn. It's the conditions. Yeah, this situation. So we're headed to the top of the mountain, and we're going to use mods to go ahead and use the conditions that were just found out from the 5 glyphs that I've just shown. We've shown the eye, the faded eye, then we showed the cloud with raindrops underneath it. It also had the eye above it. Then we had the pathway up. It was the picture of the mountain with a pathway going up with a little cabin at the top with the eye above it. We believe that that is the cabin that is represented at the top of that glyph. And then the final glyph that we looked at, it represented 3 a.m. So what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and set our weather to thunderstorm. So it's raining. And we're going to go ahead and set our time parameter, that was one of the clues, to just about 3 a.m. We won't go all the way to 3 a.m. because I don't want to actually see how you guys are supposed to spawn this normally. And there's the fabled X that spawns in the eye, but it's just turned out to be nothing. Four. Currently at 152, 252. So let's put our phone away. Change. 254, 55 a.m. Top of the mountain, rain. 3 conditions that we've been given. And there it is. Lo and behold, this is our prize. A UFO. But it's kind of a useless UFO. Anything we do to it goes through it, so let's go ahead and do the obvious. It does nothing. It's just looks like it's impervious to our bullets, our rockets, everything. So we'll go ahead and let's just go run out to it. But it disappears. Why does it disappear? Pretty underwhelming prize for following all the clues, for getting 100% of the game. You get a measly t-shirt. Well, if we get close, we get a little beam. But still, nothing. It just completely disappears. We can go stand underneath and nothing will happen. I'm stuck on some signs here. I think I'm falling down. The beam doesn't particularly point anywhere special. It's to about right here off the cliff. And we got nothing. It's not even here anymore. But if we go back, keep our distance from it, it'll go ahead and respawn. The thing about the UFO though is it'll stay here until you leave the area. There's a contained box that it will stay in, and it'll allow you to see it from certain distances. The closer you get to it, the further away it will go. Let's go back to our platform here. And we got a UFO. We can't do nothing with it. Going through here, we can't do nothing with it. It goes away, the light turns on. Nothing special. We can't do nothing with it. It's literally a useless UFO. But back to those X's. This is what we get if we follow the conditions of the X's. The proof that we really have to this, and it's not 100%, is underneath. I've gone ahead, if you notice, I marked all the blips on the map. And notice we're standing on one. I haven't shown you this one yet for a reason. The reason I haven't shown you this one yet is because it's at the top of the mountain. It's the top of where I've laid out all the blips. And I'll go ahead and show you it's right underneath me what it is. And there's an eye. The thing about this eye is that it's red. One more. If I get better view of this thing. And there it is. It's red. 3 ticks. Just like the rest. Red eye. This time. What's that mean? What does the red actually mean? I believe the red is actually telling us where we have to be to see the UFO. And it's exactly what it is. In my opinion. It's pretty much what it's lined up to be. So let's keep that in mind. We'll go back to our map here. And actually I'm going to head back down to the mural real quick. And show you the mural X's opposed to them being marked on my map and how well they actually line up together. So, there's what we believe is our eye at the top of the mountain. It's to be a UFO. And it's marked by a red eye underneath the platform that we just looked at a moment ago. So we have a red eye at the top up there. Then we have a X and an X. When the right side X is a little higher than that left side X. So let's go to our map. We have this top one with this blip, which is a little higher than this blip. So we have the same pattern so far here at the top when we mark out all of the glyphs, right? So let's go ahead and go back. So we have these 3. Top glyph, this one's underneath the platform. This one's one of the glyphs, this one's one of the other glyphs. So on the left side we should have just one more X. That's it. So let's go take away that X that I made earlier, or the blip that I made earlier, so we can check out the David Dixon Easter egg. Let's just go remove this one so it doesn't confuse us. And what do we have left here? We got 1, 2, 3, that's our top, and 1, 2. Well, this one here we've already visited, and this is the faded eye glyph that we took a peek at. And you can see that even those 2 markings, this one on the left, this one on the left, kind of match just like the top 3 do. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. These match. So let's go back. Now on the right side we should have 3. And this is where it gets a little unfinished, I should say. Because one glyph is just way off center, not even listed on the map. And this is believed to be the cable car. But the middle of the mountain. So we have one on the right, which we already took a peek at. And then this one, second one that would be on the right, which would be this one right here. Okay? We can agree on that. So we get 1, 2, 3 from the top. And then we got 1, 2, 3 leading to the top. But this one, what's this one? This one here is unaccounted for. What is this X? Is it just this one way off center? But this one's it's useless. It doesn't tell us anything. Are we to finish? Maybe we're supposed to plot out what's going on with the mural and plot our fourth line. Is something that always crossed my mind. And we can go ahead and do that real quick and show you what I mean. So we have this X here, and directly across there we'll have another X, just a hair lower. So we'll go ahead and plot. We got this line here. Which lines up with this. Bring it down. So technically, that should be where we drop our blip. And that literally completes the mural. Identical to what we have laid out in front of us. Now we're supposed to search this spot around 3 a.m. with lightning. Maybe we'll continue to unlock the more aspects of things. But that's our mural breakdown currently. And the egg is kind of unspoken for. The jetpack man, he's kind of been found. And then our UFO, which is actually really similar to the B camp. But here's the mural, 5 X's. Where do we go from here? We have 5 glyphs. 4 of them line up perfect, just like the mural. The 5th one doesn't. 3 a.m., thunder, storm, raining, however you want to put it. We get a UFO that fades away when we walk near it. Kind of the worst Easter egg ever. Or is it unfinished and that's why it fades away? Let's go teleport here. And what do we run into? Got on a slope we really can't stand on. So maybe that's why the X wasn't here. Like, literally I can't stand. We won't be able to get to this spot unless I teleport it. It's nothing. I won't be able to get to this spot really. It'd be damn impossible. There's one thing that I did notice. I'll go ahead and share it. Is it takes us right past the cable car, which is just like the rest of the mural. And that's about it, but you can't move. You just pretty much immediately drop down. Maybe this is why the X is off center, because you wouldn't be able to. Maybe they couldn't put it on there nice enough. It would sit funny, or there was some kind of texturing issue with it. But I don't know, guys. I really don't. But that's our mural breakdown. We're gonna do more another time. Till then, click subscribe, like the video, leave your comments below, and have a good night.